For 3 days, 20 million people held their breath. This is the story of 10 men who shattered a megacity. Most people think this was a Pakistani operation. For 68 hours, the world watched Mumbai burn on live television. It was planned by an American. This is how it happened, and why no one stopped it. Mumbai, November 26, 2008. Ten men with backpacks full of guns, 5 targets, 1 city. They came by sea from Karachi. The counterterrorism unit hadn't trained with live ammunition in over a year. India's only elite commando force was 1,200 kilometers away. This is Faridkot, a small village in Pakistan's Punjab province. In 2005, a teenager named Ajmal Kasab drops out of school. His family sells snacks on the street, barely surviving. He wants more. But the only more within his reach is crime. So he starts small: robbery, petty theft. Nothing that sets him apart from 1,000 other drifting kids. And then, one afternoon in late 2007, he walks past a stall. A man hands him a pamphlet. It's from Lashkar-e-Taiba, a militant group with deep ties to Pakistan's ISI, the Inter-Services Intelligence. The ISI is Pakistan's most powerful spy agency, and for decades it has quietly funded, trained, and protected jihadist groups as tools of foreign policy. Kasab reads the pamphlet. He joins. What follows is not a weekend of radicalization. It's 11 months. Religious indoctrination, physical conditioning, weapons training with AK-47s, grenades, and military maps. And in September 2008, a final stage. Marine training in Karachi, GPS navigation, fishing nets as cover, small boats crossing open water. But Kasab is just a foot soldier. The real architect of what's coming is someone else entirely, an American. His name is David Coleman Headley. Born in Washington, D.C., Pakistani father, American mother, a U.S. passport holder with a flawless American accent who could walk into any Western hotel lobby and disappear. A former heroin dealer, a one-time DEA informant, and a committed member of Lashkar-e-Taiba. Here is the detail that will haunt American intelligence for years. The FBI had heard of him before. His own wives reported him, twice, in 2005 and again in 2007. But between 2006 and 2008, Headley flew to Mumbai 5 times, and nobody stopped him. Nobody flagged the pattern. Nobody asked the obvious question. Posing as a businessman, he rented an apartment. He visited the Taj, the Oberoi, Leopold Cafe. He filmed lobbies. He mapped entrances. He took boat rides along the coast, looking for the perfect place to come ashore. That place was Badwar Park, a fisherman's slum wedged between some of the world's most expensive neighborhoods. A small boat could land there. Headley sent everything back to Pakistan: GPS coordinates, video, floor plans. Lashkar now had a complete blueprint of the target. All that needed was a team. In the fall of 2008, 10 men are selected. Each is given a new name. Their leader is Ismail Khan. The youngest is Kasab. He's 21 years old, and none of them expect to come back alive. The 10 men board a cargo ship in Karachi and sail into the Arabian Sea. The ship is called Al Husseini. The next day, off the Indian coast, a fishing trawler crosses their path. The crew is tied up. 4 fishermen are killed. The captain is forced at gunpoint to navigate toward Mumbai. When Indian waters are reached, his throat is slit. On the evening of November 26th, the men transfer to a rubber dinghy. The landing point is Badwar Park, the exact spot Headley scouted 2 years earlier. The group splits into 5 pairs. Taxis are hailed. Within minutes, all 10 vanish into a city of 20 million. At 9:20 p.m., the first shots are fired. The first target is Leopold Cafe, a popular tourist spot in South Mumbai. 2 men walk in. They open fire. 10 people die before they walk out. Before leaving, they plant a bag of RDX explosives under a table. Then they move toward their real target, the Taj. The first call hits the police control room at 9:48 p.m. Then a second call. Shots fired at the Taj. Then another. The Oberoi Trident. Then another. Chhatrapati Shivaji Terminus, one of the busiest railway stations in the world. Kasab and Ismail Khan walk through the main hall of CST. They fire in controlled bursts. Passengers scatter, some freeze. Within minutes, dozens are dead. A senior inspector grabs a service weapon. He fires back from behind a pillar. He wounds one of the attackers, but his rifle is decades old. The terrorists carry AK-47s with automatic fire and grenades. Inspector Shinde is killed. So is a constable named Ambadas Pawar. Pawar wasn't even on duty. He heard the gunfire, grabbed a rifle, and ran toward it anyway. At the Oberoi Trident, Inspector Bhagwat Bansode arrives within minutes. He is carrying 1 revolver. The lobby is already filled with dead and injured guests. Bansode spots a terrorist on the 2nd floor. He fires once. The terrorist returns fire. Another joins in with grenades. The building fills with smoke. The team retreats. A revolver against an AK-47 is not a fight. Meanwhile, at the Taj, 4 terrorists have entered from 2 directions. A pair through the main lobby, another pair through the Northcote Gate, a side entrance that was supposed to be closed and guarded, but the guard was pulled 6 weeks earlier. A senior inspector needed the men elsewhere. He never told his superiors. Deputy Commissioner Vishwas Nangre Patil arrives with 4 policemen and 1 rifle. On the 6th floor, they hear gunshots and movement. Terrorists are positioned in the south wing. Patil fires a single round in their direction to pinpoint the exact location. The terrorists respond with grenades. The police have no grenades, no body armor rated for fragmentation, no night vision, and no floor plans of the building. A blind fight, outgunned, in a hotel no one in his team ever trained in. Patil radios the control room. The message is just 4 words. We are losing lives. Not, we need backup. Not, send reinforcements. People are dying around him right now, and he cannot stop it.
When will you release us?
As soon as, they meet our demand.
Can I talk from my heart?
So tell me what you want to say.
Nothing that will make anybody lose. I guess, after all, we've already lost enough.
At Nariman House, a small Chabad Lubavitch Jewish center in a narrow Kalaba lane. At 10:17 p.m., Assistant Commissioner Isaac Bhagwan is redirected from Leopold Cafe. He stops at the local police station and rouses 12 constables. He holds the perimeter for 16 hours. Across the city, Kasab and Ismail Khan, the 2 CST shooters, have taken cover inside Kama Hospital, a women's and children's hospital. Inside, Additional Commissioner Sadanand Date is already fighting them. ATS Chief Hemant Karkare. Additional Commissioner Ashok Kamte, armed with an AK-47. Inspector Vijay Salaskar. At 11:24 p.m., Karkare radios for 150 reinforcements. He orders the army to be called in. For over 40 minutes, no one comes. They can't wait. Salaskar takes the wheel of a white Toyota Qualis. Kamte rides passenger. Karkare in the second row, 4 constables in the back. They turn into Rang Bhavan Lane, a narrow passage between St. Xavier's College and the Rang Bhavan venue. They spot a man running. It's Kasab. shots from the Qualis. A bullet hits Kassab's arm. His AK-47 drops. And then, from behind a tree, Ismail Khan steps out and opens up with a full auto burst. All killed where they sit. Constable Arun Jadhav, shot multiple times in the plays dead. He watches as the terrorists drag the bodies onto the pavement, take the Qualis, and drive off. Then he grabs the radio. That single call leads to the only arrest of the entire attack. The Qualis blows a tire. The terrorists carjack a silver Skoda Laura and race north along Marine Drive. A team from DB Marg Station has set up a barricade. 15 officers. Among them, Assistant Sub-Inspector Tukaram Omble. The Skoda stops 40 feet short of the barricade. Khan throws the car into reverse. Inspector Hemant Bhavdankar fires a single shot through the windshield. Khan dies in the driver's seat. Kassab steps out, AK-47 in hand, pretending to surrender. Omble approaches. Kassab suddenly raises the rifle and fires. Omble seizes the barrel with both bare hands. 12 bullets tear into his body. Kassab is dragged to the pavement alive. Omble dies on the street. Between 2006 and 2008, India's intelligence received 26 warnings about a Lashkar attack on Mumbai. In October, the CIA warned Ratan Tata, the chairman of the Taj, directly. Security at the hotel was increased. Weeks later, it was quietly rolled back. India's elite counter-terror force, the NSG, was based in Delhi. It took them over 8 hours to reach Mumbai, delayed partly because the Home Minister insisted on flying in on the same plane and arrived late. Operation Black Tornado begins at dawn on November 27th. Room by room, floor by floor. The Taj is a maze, over 500 rooms. The terrorists hold the grand staircase of the Heritage Wing, dropping grenades onto the marble steps as commandos try to climb. At Nariman House on November 28th, NSG commandos rappel from a helicopter onto the rooftop, live on national television. At 8 a.m. on November 29th, 60 hours after the first shot, the last 3 attackers are killed in the Taj. It is over. 166 dead, more than 300 wounded. Ajmal Kassab was hanged in 2012. David Headley, sentenced to 35 years in an American court. But Hafiz Saeed, the man who ordered the attack, walked free for more than a decade. The ISI officers who helped plan it all were never charged. 10 men, 3 days, 166 lives. And every system that was supposed to protect them failed. The question isn't whether Mumbai was ready. The question is, are we?